Every year, millions of animals face a totally predictable yet completely lethal threat. The environment turns against them, either plunging into a deep winter freeze or drying out under a brutal tropical sun. If an insect waits for the temperature to drop before reacting, it dies. Water inside their cells crystallizes into ice or evaporates entirely, killing them on the spot. Survival depends on diapause, a proactive, genetically pre-programmed halt to their own development. By hitting pause on their life cycle long before the crisis arrives, these organisms decouple their survival from the mercy of the weather. They turn a lethal vulnerability into near invincibility. Initiating this process requires the organism to read the environment months in advance by tracking token stimuli. For many insects, the steady decrease in daylife hours provides a precise biological calendar. In other regions, chemistry provides the signal. Desert locusts monitor their food for a specific plant hormone called gibberellin. When it disappears, signaling an impending dry season, entire swarms delay their reproductive development. These cues trigger a neuroendocrine switch. Brain receptors intercept the stimulus and stop growth hormones, bringing physical development to a standstill. The organism then redirects energy toward hoarding, packing away dense lipids and proteins for the long wait. The organism cannot change the weather, so it changes itself from the inside out. By the time the actual freezing temperatures or severe droughts arrive, all physical growth has stopped. Physical defenses deploy immediately. Flesh fly pupae alter their outer shells, secreting a dense layer of hydrocarbons to create a watertight seal that locks moisture inside. Internally, an enzyme breaks down stored glycogen into polyhydric alcohols like glycerol and sorbitol. This acts as biological antifreeze, lowering the freezing point so ice crystals cannot form inside the cells. Tropical insects like monarch butterflies take a different approach, clustering together by the thousands. Stacking this tightly minimizes the surface area exposed to the air, reducing evaporative water loss. These physical and chemical modifications transform the creature into a suspended, chemically fortified vault. Inside that vault, the maintenance phase begins, with the animal's metabolism dropping towards zero. This suspension carries a massive risk: false signals. A random, unusually warm day in midwinter could trick an insect into waking up early only to freeze when the temperature drops again that night. To prevent this, the organism actually increases its sensitivity to environmental signals, forcing the animal to ignore temporary spikes in temperature. Ending the pause requires a sustained, cumulative threshold of evidence, such as months of prolonged chilling, to prove the danger has passed. Survival requires the biological discipline to ignore temporary shifts and wait for the true end of the crisis. When diapause terminates, the organism doesn't immediately spring back to life. It enters a bridging state called quiescence. Quiescence is a state of immediate readiness. The animal hovers just below the surface of consciousness, waiting for a final trigger, like an intense burst of sunlight or rainfall to strike. Internally, the chemistry reverses. The biological antifreeze converts back into glycogen, providing a store of rapid-use fuel for the intense growth that follows. As spring or the rainy season arrives, the pause is lifted. The animals return to active life, rapidly maturing and reproducing. Diapause serves as the biological link between an insect's internal chemistry and the predictable tilt of the planet.